Hi there and welcome to today's problem from AskTinaK. A lady has written in to say she is honestly in despair with her situation. So she was wondering if she could have some advice. She's 35 and still lives at home with her parents despite having a good job because she just can't afford to get a mortgage. She had a son with a man 10 years ago, but sadly that relationship broke down. And she focused on finishing college and giving her young son the best, most amazing upbringing she could afford. But she said it did feel very lonely at times. 2 years ago, she met a new man and they fell in love really quickly. He promised her the world. He said he couldn't wait to get married and to start a family with her. Anyway, she fell pregnant very, very quickly. And apparently he was over the moon when he heard it. However, the hormones kicked in and she became very moody. She became, anxious. And one day when she had a doctor's appointment, he didn't ring to see how she'd got on. And of course, she turned on him and asked why he hadn't been in touch. Anyway, she did say to him, if you don't want to be with me, just finish with me. However, a few days later, she did get in touch and apologized, but apparently he'd taken it very, very badly. And she was 10 weeks pregnant when he finished with her by text. Anyway, she's fallen apart completely. She's had the baby and the baby is a year old now. But even the day she had it, she was totally in despair. She has begged him to come back. She said, it was the pregnancy, it was COVID, it was 101 different things, but he has made it absolutely clear to her that he doesn't want to be with her, despite the fact he does come round to her parents' house after work every day to see his son. So he's being a very good father from that point of view, but he just doesn't want to be with her. She's saying, she's totally devastated. She feels she has made a mess of her whole life. The big thing is she has not told her parents that she and this man are no longer in a relationship. Her parents are delighted that she's met this lovely guy, had a baby, they're going to be together, it's going to be wonderful. So she's been wonderful to the man ever since, but he is not going to go back. And what can she do? Okay, your first big hurdle, you must tell your parents, you must be honest with them about what is going on. But having this burden on your shoulders and not being able to share, not only not being able to share it with anyone, but actually living in a house with your parents and keeping this a secret with 2 children, it is not possible. So yes, they may be mad, but they're your parents and they love you. And regardless of what you do, they are going to stand by you. They've had a year to get to know this baby and they obviously love it. They love you. You're still living with them. Anyway, I hope this guy is giving you a decent child allowance for the baby. And that goes for the father of the first child as well. I hope you're not having this burden all on your own. Look into that one. I always try and look at things from a glass half full perspective. You may never have married, never had children. You could be where you are today on your own. I know many, many women over the years I've met who focused totally on their career and never had a child, and now in their 60s so regret it. Even in their 50s, they left it too late. You have 2 beautiful sons that you love. And, yes, this guy promised you the world. Men do that every day of the week. That's what they do. But okay, this guy, you moved too quickly. That is the whole thing. Unfortunately, I really believe you moved too quickly. And not only did you move too quickly by getting pregnant, but getting in a rage as well. And this guy probably thought, whoa, no, this is what's ahead of me for the rest of my life. No, I'm not having this. Anyway, your mistake, forget it. I blame neither one of you. On his part, there was no honeymoon period, no living together, no going out together. And don't forget, he was going to take on another man's 10-year-old son, which is no small deal at all. He doesn't love you. That is the sad fact. And no matter how much you want it, how much you beg for it, you cannot make somebody love you if they don't love you. He is not your hostage, and you are going to have to let go. You're not alone. You have two wonderful parents who've stood by you through both your pregnancies. You could have married him and been divorced now, which would have put you in exactly the same situation that you are at the moment. You did brilliantly after the birth of your first child and gave him a wonderful life. You're going to have to do the same with this new little boy. You don't want him growing up with his only memory of his mother being miserable and not able to cope. And imagine how your other son feels seeing you depressed like this all the time. You cannot have this man, and you are just going to have to accept that. And the fact he comes round and sees his son, that's great. I hope he's looking after him financially. Apart from that, you just have to give your children very happy memories of their childhood. That is the best advice. You are going to have to move on, but tell your parents. They are there for you. Yes, they'll get mad, but to hell with it. They'll get over it very quickly. As I say, you could have been married and divorced by now. Anyway, I hope this has been of some help. If it has, please like, subscribe and share. And I'll be back soon with another Ask Tina from the Meehan Morning Show on East Coast 103 FM. Thanks for watching.